Hey everybody, welcome back to Rusty Acres. Through the help of Facebook Marketplace, I have once again acquired another piece of potential garbage. I picked this tree chipper up last fall. It had sat for about 15 years. I bought it because I wanted the clutch off of it. It has an over-center clutch. I was going to put it on the power unit down at the sawmill. I no longer am going to use that clutch, the power unit that's at the sawmill. I'm going to swap out with a diesel engine. So this is no longer needed. I'm going to see if I can get it running. We're going to bring it in the shop. If it runs, I'll sell it. If it doesn't, it's going to the scrapyard. All right, follow along. Well, bead seated, but we broke the valve stem off. Take two. All right, guys, we got it backed in the shop now. This chipper has a Ford 300 straight six. I haven't heard it run. I do know that it needs a fuel pump because I took the fuel pump off of it for the engine down at the sawmill. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to see, but there is a date code on the valve cover, and it says that that engine was made January of 2000. So this is newer than I thought. It's a drum style chipper, 12-inch drum. They call this chuck and duck. You throw the branches in and it sucks them out of your hand and chips it. They're kind of dangerous, they're a little violent. But when I started out in the tree business, a chipper similar to this is what I started out on. It was a Chipmore, and it had a Deutz diesel engine. And it got me by for the first year or two until I moved up. So if you get this running, or if we get this running, it'll make somebody a good chipper to start out with. All right, guys, got the fuel pump. We'll clean this block up a little bit. It's pretty clean, but everything dirt. That's just a block with some 80 grit sandpaper. And we put this pump on, or put the gasket on. I don't really use like gasket sealer much. I'll use hard grease, or this gasket, I put a little luber plate on it. Help seal it up. Okay, we got the bolt started. Well, apparently this pump must be different than the one that was on here because the fuel line comes in the wrong side. So we're gonna have to cut that, maybe put a piece of hose on it until we make up a new line. So we'll put this bushing in. All right, we'll stick this on for a temporary supply. We're gonna drop that down in a gas can. The tank in here, it's pretty varnished up. So rather than suck all that up, we'll drop that in a bucket of fuel. And then if we get this running, then we'll clean the fuel tank out. Good.
Well, we tried to jump this solenoid. We can't get anything out of it. Probably isn't getting a good ground, so gonna take it off, clean it up, check it out. All right, we got a new key switch wired in. We got a solenoid. Changed the solenoid out, it wasn't clicking over. Fuel pump's on. Let's see. This wire here, I think this grounds the coil out. It must be some kind of safety lever. We'll see if it works. I don't know, we might have to get rid of that. So, now we gotta work on getting the carburetor linkage and the choke cable freed up. All right. All right, let's see what it does. Guess we weren't ready for that. Guys, this really fired right up. Kind of surprised, I didn't think it would. All I did was put a solenoid on, I put a new key switch, straightened the wiring out, and it popped right off. So I think give it a grease job and clean it up, get this gas tank hooked back up, and I think we'll take it out and try and chip some brush with it and see how it does. I gotta get a better look at the knives. I don't know what the knives and the anvil look like on this, but It sounded good. The hour meter shows, I think, 554 hours, and the motor is really clean. Like, there's no oil leaks on it. There's, no oil and dirt. And it sounds really good. It doesn't smoke. I'm thinking possibly that could be 550 hours. I mean, I find it hard to believe, but, with the cleanliness of it and the way it runs, I'm kind of leaning towards that might be accurate. So stay tuned. We'll get this greased up. We'll see what it does. Alright guys, well, it's starting to rain here, so we're going to wrap this up. But it wouldn't feed too well. I tried to throw a couple branches through. I looked at it a little bit, and I think the anvil's missing, and it needs a new set of knives. So I'm going to order up anvil and a set of knives, clean the fuel tank out, hook that up, and I think this thing will be ready to send down the road to a new home. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.